Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization here, bringing you a Bigfoot sighting report from the Three Sisters volcano of Oregon. Our team has been on several Bigfoot expeditions to this area because of the sighting reports we continuously receive from this part of the Pacific Northwest. Daniel writes us at RMSO. It was the summer of 1989. My name is Daniel Gonzalez, and you are welcome to use my name. I am now disabled and live in the state of Georgia. This occurred on the Pacific Crest Trail in Oregon, in the Three Sisters Wilderness area at the foot of these three volcanoes. I'm a retired mechanical engineer. At the time, I lived in Hood River, Oregon. The Northwest is the mother lode of these creatures. I have never had a psychological issue, nor have I ever needed any related help. I was an avid hunter and had hunted this area numerous times in the previous 10 years. My camp was approximately 6 hours on horseback after a vehicle could no longer drive in. This is an awe-inspiring mountain area with very large timber, yet open meadows. On this trip, my son, along with two teenage friends of his and I, decided to backpack in. We started at the crack of dawn and arrived at the camp around noon. This trip was just to explore for the upcoming hunting season, so my only firearm was my 44 mag revolver I would always carry into the woods. When we finally arrived, we cooked, ate lunch, and proceeded to scout the area. The day went without any unusual event, and we were excited to see abundant game. After it got dark and we went to sleep around 10 p.m., all four of us in a light nylon tent with semi-transparent material. I am a very light sleeper, perhaps as a result of my Vietnam history. At about 2 to 3 a.m. I was woken up by very, very heavy bipedal steps approaching the tent. There was a full moon. The person stopped, and I could see a very large shadow, and I assumed it was just his proximity to the tent blocking the moonlight. But along with that, there was a very loud breathing which I could only associate with a large animal. By that time, I began to become alarmed. I am sure that it was not a bear, because I heard the footsteps from quite a ways, perhaps 30 yards, and they were definitely bipedal, and bears do not walk like that for extended distance. At this moment, I believed there were humans trying to scare us or rob us, so I grabbed my revolver and out loud said, "Do not come any closer. I have a gun and I will shoot." The breathing continued for perhaps 30 more seconds. He could not have been further than 3 feet from our tent. By this time, all four of us were very awake. But then, all of a sudden, we could hear the steps again, this time walking away. I immediately unzipped the tent door and looked in the direction of the steps, and with the full moon, and no more than 15 yards, we saw this incredibly large hairy animal, at least 8 feet tall, probably more, and using my hunting experience, I judge his weight no less than 800 pounds. He heard our noise, turned around. We could see his human-like face. The moonlight illuminated him clearly. He let out a blood-curdling, hair-raising scream growl combination that echoed throughout the mountains. We were all terrified. I knew that my revolver could not stop a beast that size before it reached us if he chose to charge, but he turned away, walking very fast and occasionally looking back, and we never heard from him again. I know there's a lot of skepticism, but I have no doubt such species exist. There were four of us. We all saw it clearly. We talk about that experience to this day, 30 years later, and when I ask the then teenagers if they remember, they all say as though it happened yesterday. These boys are our now grown men which pursue the hunting sport, including my son, and they have all had additional less dramatic signs, noises, small rocks thrown at the tent at night, etc. For many years we did not talk with anyone other than amongst ourselves, but nowadays there are many sightings. Please remember, we lived for more than a century with mountain gorillas, and it was only relatively recent that we discovered them. True story. If anyone else has had a Bigfoot sighting anywhere in the US or the world, please email us at rmsobigfoot@gmail.com. Thank you for sending us your Bigfoot sighting report, Daniel. We have been on several Bigfoot expeditions to this part of Oregon because of the history of Bigfoot sightings. And yours just adds to that. It helps give us a look into the window of the life of Bigfoots. These reports are what help keep us going and motivated to search for this elusive giant. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.